Greetings and salutations, and thank you for clicking on the video. I'm not really sure what this one's going to sound like when it gets uploaded to YouTube because I'm actually recording it on the computer that you're seeing in the picture. This is an Acer Aspire One, O-N-E, 11 Cloudbook, which is a new computer that was donated to the Easy Linux project by a fellow named William. He sent me an email a little while back. He said, I've got one of these. I don't know what to do with it. Would you like to have it? I've got 35 other computers. I don't need it. I said, well, of course, send it on. And the machine arrived today. It had Windows 10 installed on it. Now, he told me it was going to have Windows on it. And he said, shouldn't be that big of a deal to put Linux on. And it really wasn't. I had to tweak the BIOS a little bit to get it to work. First of all, I had to go in and set an administrator password, no big deal. Had to go in and switch to legacy boot mode so that UEFI was turned off. It doesn't allow you to keep UEFI and turn off secure boot. So I just ran it in legacy mode and that worked out just fine. Also, I had to change how the touchpad worked a little bit. It was set up in what the BIOS called advanced. It needed to be in basic so Linux Mint could see it. And I installed Linux Mint on this computer. This is what it looks like from the front. It is a very light machine. It weighs right around 3 pounds. And it has an Intel Celeron 2-core mobile processor in it. And the only downsides that I can see in the machine is the fact that it only has 2 gigabytes of memory and it has a 32 gigabyte storage device in there. I don't know whether I want to call it an SSD or not. It's some sort of flash. I'm not really sure what it is. And unfortunately, you can't upgrade it. There is no way to add more memory and no way to add more storage space other than the slot that you see on the side here that will accept one of those SD cards. So you can take one of those and expand it. There is an HDMI output on that side. Well, let's just start and go from left to right. And that's the little power connector for the charger. And then you have a HDMI port, or an HDMI port would be more correct. USB 3. And then that one jack there is for a microphone and headphone combination. On the other side, it just has one USB 2 port, like that you would use for a mouse or a keyboard or something like that. And that's all of the inputs and outputs to the computer. And when you plug in the SD card, the butt of the SD card sticks out about 1/4 of an inch as well. So a very compact design. And I was just kind of curious what I could get it to do. Now, the pictures that you're seeing here in the beginning of the video, they're stock pictures. I'm by myself sitting here on the couch doing this, and somebody took my camera and they're gone. They won't be back till later. So I can't take a picture of the actual machine, but it looks like what you see in the pictures, just letting you know. So what I did with it was I wanted to see if I could load Linux Mint on it, and I did. So we're actually running Linux Mint Cinnamon on this thing, and I loaded it and got it tweaked up. And let's look at the memory consumption. Now, you got to remember, I'm capturing video right now on this machine. I'm using Simple Screen Recorder, and I'm using the internal microphones on the machine. So, yeah, that processor right now is screaming because it is capturing video. Believe it or not, the machine is pretty peppy. It books right along. Now, I've had a bunch of stuff open here. I've had Google Chrome open. I've had the Thunderbird mail client open playing. I've been just using this machine, sitting here playing on the couch with it. And it's used, right now it's using 931 megabytes of memory. And we have a little bit swapped out. We expect that to happen. And when I installed this, it has 2 gigabyte swap space on it. So Linux Mint has to have full swap to work. So just taking a look here at the drive, you can see that right now we have 27 gigabytes free on the main drive, and that's pretty much it. I've been very surprised at the performance of this machine and the battery life. I charged it up completely when I first got it earlier this afternoon, and I have been doing everything off battery right after I installed it, and it's still saying that I got lots of battery left, so that's pretty awesome. especially since I'm running Linux Mint with the Cinnamon desktop. This machine would probably do better with something like, I don't know, you might want to put like Linux Lite on it or Ubuntu Mate, and I may try that out later, but I'm all into Linux Mint right now, and I just wanted to see what it would do. This is Linux Mint 18.3, the beta running on this machine that I'm recording the video on and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's pretty awesome that it can actually do that. So let's take a quick look at system info here and see what we got reported in the machine. I do know that it is Intel graphics. So let's open that up. Yeah, it's the first one. I'm also squinting a little bit, gang. The screen's kind of small. The screen is 1366 by 768, and it is an LED screen, and it has that dull covering on it. It's not shiny. I like that because I don't really like shiny screens. And it's not too bad. I mean, when you compare it with like the HP laptops that I had, they had those screens, and I've got two. Well, I've had two. I had one that I got rid of, and then I think I got another one, and they both have this kind of screen. Actually, no, I take that back. I'm sorry. The HP Galaxy G6, not Galaxy, but G6, that has a really nice screen on it. The HP that I had before, the EliteBook, had a screen like this, so it's all right. I'm used to it. You have to kind of look at it a certain way. You have to kind of look at it, straight on directly, because it's not like one of those multi-point of view kind of screens. Anyway, so you see what we got here. The graphics are Intel, and we've got that Celeron processor in here. It seems to work quite well. So I just wanted to show you that. I also wanted to give a shout out to William. He knows who he is. Thank you very much. It's a cute little machine. It's a lot of fun. It's going to be a test bed. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with this thing yet. I've just enjoyed sitting here playing with it. It's kind of like modern low-end hardware, but it works. And they're relatively, it seems to be rather well built. The build quality is nice. It's rugged. It feels solid. I mean, it's a plastic laptop, but it's not too bad. So, very cool little machine. I just wanted to show you guys that and say thank you to William. And if you, if you wanted to get into Linux really, really cheap, and you just wanted a machine to play with to get started, this would not be a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all, as a matter of fact. Because it's like when I set up a virtual machine, this is the specs I usually give my virtual machines, but this one's like a real machine. So, not bad at all. And I can't believe that they shipped Windows 10 on this thing. That's the only thing about it. I never even booted it up to Windows 10. I turned it on, and Cortana started talking to me, and then I turned it off and went into the BIOS and wiped the drive because I'm not dealing with that. But I can't imagine this machine actually running on Windows 10. But on Linux Mint, actually works quite well. I've had the email open and multitasked a little bit. I can watch YouTube videos. They look good. And so there you go. All right, gang. Thank you for watching. I certainly do appreciate it. There'll be more videos coming up soon here. We're kind of in the middle of the Thanksgiving holiday here in the United States. So probably sometime next week we'll have some more interesting stuff to talk about. I've actually had 2 or 3 people ask me, when are you going to upload some more videos? Well, they'll be coming. Don't worry about it. We're still chugging along. Watch the old videos. They're fun to look at. Those of you who are having a nice holiday in the United States, I hope it's a safe and happy one. And I'm gone. I almost forgot. Check out Easy Linux on the web. Check out Easy Linux on Facebook. And check out Easy Linux at freedompenguin.com. See ya!